video P7, in which I'm going to do my best to quickly get through the condition of 10 plates, approximate, all of them 6 inches wide. These are rose medallion porcelain plates. These 10 are part of a group of 125 pieces that have been in my family for a little over 50 years, and I'm doing various auctions and videos to describe them. With that stated, I'll go straight into it. These are the 10. You got 1, 5, and 4. I'm going to count them down because the way I'm auctioning these separately, so I will identify the plate number for the video. I'm pulling a cushion over so that I can run a finger around the edges to detect nicks and chips. Sometimes they are hard to detect. Apparently, this plate with its sculptured edges here it probably has more than just about any of them. Thankfully, none of them have actually chipped off. None of the nicks have actually chipped off any of the edges, but there are several here. So you got there and there. That's a fairly big one, although it's not, as you can see, nothing on the back. It's not chipped all the way through. Just looking at it, okay, I can see one right there. These, okay, that's not focusing very well. I gotta stay back. That's a little bit of one, but again, we're not talking about things that have knocked through. These are pieces off the front. I have to say it must be the beveled edges, because other plates I have here do have chips, but they don't seem to have quite as numerous as these. Okay, so again, pulling back so you can kind of take a look around this one. Spending a little more time on this one because it has the most chip problems. The faces are in good shape, easy to make out, eyes, nose, mouth, so forth. The way Rose Medallion seems to work, the characteristics on all these items, you got 2 sets of faces, 2 sets of flowers and birds, flower and generally a bird and a flower in the center, gold ring in the center. That gold ring doesn't just mean it's a teacup. That's on plates. It's on a teapot. So it's just a characteristic of Rose Medallion. Last but not least, this has a blank bottom, indicating from what I read on the web that this was imported into the United States 1890 or earlier. Again, I can't speak beyond when my family had it, and we've had a family member has had these items, this and all the rest of them, for a little over 50 years. Okay, that is plate number 1 in video P7. So plate number 2, we'll move into these round ones that do have a, just bring it up here. This does have a bevel, which you can clearly see in there. Let me just draw the distinction really quickly with the ones in the back. They all have this bevel here, but this turns up at the edge. This does not. So I'll put that one back. So now we're going to look at the 5 plates of this type. 1, 5, and 4. There's the 10 plates. So this is plate number 2 in the video. I'm identifying the plates, actually the plates, bowls, everything else, according to the video and the number in which it's, the order in which it's shown. So this is the second one being shown in video P7. Quick run around. It is nice and smooth on the top, nice and smooth on the bottom. I sure don't see any chips, and I didn't feel any. I tend to feel them a little bit better. The gold is very good on the inside, and again we have the excuse me, blank bottom that indicates 1890 or earlier. Okay. Item number 3 in the list, another one from the central group. The faces are in good shape. Flowers always, and birds on the sides always seem to be in good shape. That gold is very nice. And The bottom is blank. Number 3, or excuse me, this is plate number 4 of video P7. Faces are good. I can see what looked like I was getting white reflection from that. So I mean, it's better to be able to tell by running your finger around the thing. Again, it's plate P4. No, I'm sorry. It's plate unit number 4, item number 4 in video P7. Nice gold center. Little tad of fading here. I'm now stuck with just the 75 watt bulb from above. I've got another light on in the background in the kitchen, but it seems to be doing all well, but it's not natural light. Okay, there's the 4th plate. This is item number 5 in P7. Now we do have one that's damaged there, a little chip through, but again, obviously didn't go all the way through, so it's chip off. Got a smaller one right there. Just running my finger around the edge. Okay, nothing. Those two. You got this, and you have that. Neither one of which has come through the back. No stamp on the bottom. Some sort of smudge. Good shape. Good shape. Okay, that was number 1. That was number 5. Here's number 6 is coming, and the last one of the middle variety with the non-turned up edges, no, straight edge or circular edges. I got 1 beveled, 5 of the circulars, and 4 of the turned up circulars, all about 6 inches in diameter. Good faces, good faces, good flowers. Nice gold in the center. Tilt it around, you can see. Okay, test the edge. Again, this is item number 6. I feel nothing on the top. I feel nothing underneath. I'll turn it over. What is that? That's paint. Not even, doesn't even have any thickness to it. It's right in the enamel. These are handmade. Paint splotches are not uncommon. Some of them are. Some of these items had a whole lot of them. Okay, so that was number 5. Here's number. I'm sorry, that was number 6. 5 of that type, but that was plate number 6. Here's plate number 7. In video P7. Now here you can see one where we did get a good deal of fading. I'm having basically you cannot see the eyes, nose, and stuff. You can still see the face outline. I have other units where it has actually even the face outline is faded. The coloring doesn't look quite as sharp, but again, the birds and the flowers always seem to work well. The gold in this case, the gold center and the gold edge is another area where I have seen fading on some units, but as this one has, we have the faded faces, but the still pretty vivid gold. I've seen a couple that work the other way around. Now the faces on the other side of this are pretty good. Pull back. Hopefully it's going to focus all right. Let's check the edge. Oh, got something there. Okay, you got one right there. It's a little rough. Why is that rough? Very, very tiny mark right there. Okay, again, this is plate number 7. So we had two problems, two little small nicks. And this, you can see some of the extra. It's like, well, it's handmade, so, but I'll just go ahead and use the word. A little bit of sloppiness, if you're considering it against machine made, of residue of the enamel and little paint drips. And again, that has happened you get that on these handmade items. So 7. Number 8. Good birds. Faces are decent, not great, although I can, you might not make it out in the video, but I can see it in the live. You can see the eyes, eyebrows, nose, mouth, and all of that, although it's not perfect. It is faded a little bit. Now, looking around the edge here, you can see that immediately. It's not very deep. Doesn't take much to make these show up. And the camera sure does bring them all out. Okay, that would be it. That one right there. Gold's okay. Hand painted again. You can even, gosh, you can even see brush strokes if you get the light the right way. Okay, looking at the back. Again, you have the kind of sloppiness on the back. I use that term. I don't mean that in a derogatory way. These are handmade, of course, as I said. So, but none of that is a defect, and of course, none of it will be seen if you display them. Okay, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Plate number 9. Second to last. Now these faces are really good. No fading. I'd say that's basically no fading at all. And kind of perversely, the gold shows up almost like it was a little faded, although I'm not sure whether it simply wasn't darker to begin with. Faces on the other side, also excellent. The gold around the edge looks pretty good. Little tiny bit there. It's a little rough. Okay, second one. Okay, and that was it for plate number 9. There's the back. Again, no markings, indicates 1890 or earlier. Please do some research on that yourself. I didn't know anything about Rose Medallion, really, other than it was pretty. Fortunately, the web has a ton of information. Okay, your faces are good. Faces are good. Flowers, of course. Gold is nice and vivid. Good nick there. This is unit 10. Extremely tiny one right there. That should be it. And the bottom. And that'll do it for the 10 6-inch plates. Thanks for looking.